Thursday. It's the 4th of January, 2001. Yeah. What are you doing there?
I was just, well, as you know, I've got a huge team that does the papers in the morning.
What, two?
And the team, I think it's one, actually. And the team this morning, when we all met, we had a bit of a sit-down, and the papers were in a bit of a muddle this morning, because, as you know, it's not the usual team. But we're getting there.
OK. Well, that's coming up shortly. Then at 8:20 this morning, we're going to be introducing an unprepared public to the glories of gay line dancing in a special pink edition of Denise Up. I am so looking forward to this.
I saw Top of the Pops 2 yesterday. Yeah. With the Steps' first ever appearance on Top of the Pops, singing 5, 6, 7, 8. And then right after that, they had Chic playing Le Freak. And I suddenly thought, my God, how we've moved on in dance music. It's actually one of the most depressing little things. Anyway, I mustn't go into that too much. What was the other thing I noticed as well at the weekend? There was another brilliant thing on one of those programmes, but I won't go into that either, because it had Shawaddy Waddy on.
Smash!
Did you see it?
Yeah. 3-2-1 weekend.
It was 3-2-1 weekend, wasn't it? It was really good.
3-2-1 weekend.
It was great. There was sort of Shawaddy Waddy on. I just felt a bit saddened by what kind of... Because I realised, did you see the thing on Pan's People as well?
Yes.
And I was looking at Pan's People doing all their dancing on Top of the Pops, and I thought, who would be to know? Who would have known that they would actually be the most influential act on Top of the Pops? In that now, everyone just kind of mimes and dances along with records, doesn't play any instruments. In fact, all that time, it wasn't the musicians that influenced anyone, it was Pan's People! Yes. They all wanted to be Legs and Co. God, that's a great observation, isn't it? OK, after the news, it is the paper review, then Denise Up, which
Denise
I'm
Up,
looking forward to
we've also got a sizzler for you this morning.
But right now, I think, unless you've got anything to add, Denise...
I was just about to say, new movie, Crouching Tiger.
Yeah, Crouching Tiger.
That's
in the system. We were going to have Carol Vorderman with us this morning.
But she pulled out at the last
unfortunately,
minute.
she pulled out at the last minute.
Oh, dear.
Something Denise hates, I gather, with guests. But if you are watching Carol, you sadly missed out here. I was getting a bit excited about that. And you were too, Crew, right?
Yes.
Well, what would you have asked... Colin, what would you have asked Carol if you'd met her? What would you have asked her?
Oh, I'd have to ask her a number of questions, see if she could get it wrong.
A number question, you say?
Yeah, because she gets all her maths wrong.
Does she?
Yeah.
Go on, Colin. No, this is interesting.
Would you ask her for 2 from the top and 1 from the bottom?
Did you...
How many miles to Mars? How about that?
How many miles is it to Mars?
Yeah.
How many is it? How many is it?
How many do you know it? Come on.
I just realised you're from Leicester University, aren't you? You're going to be heading up this new team. Who is? You're from Leicester University. And you're going to be talking to us later about this probe to Mars, aren't you?
That's right.
Probing Mars, yep.
OK, now it all fits in. Now I realise why the man with the beauty... I thought you were just here for the novelty sideburns. That's brilliant. I didn't know we
At that competition, I didn't win.
I didn't realise there was actually depth to that, but can we just all roar at you as one? Beauty! Is there life on Mars, and does it have big beauty buns? I can't change that, Martian! I think Mike, my producer, is yelling at me. He's yelling.
Yeah, he's always like that.
Surf's up, Mike. Let's go to the news.
Good morning. These are the main stories on Thursday, the 4th of January. Staff shortages cut school hours, what Madonna really thinks of Britney, and nowhere to play with Sweet FA. Schools are heading for meltdown because of teacher shortages. As pupil heads back to classrooms, head teachers warn lack of staff will lead to cuts in teaching time. Some schools in Essex have already been forced to introduce a 4-day week. There's talk of more petrol protests, with the recent fall in the price of crude oil still to be passed on to motorists. The government's also under increasing pressure to lower tax on fuel. Unions are calling on the Bank of England to lower interest rates to boost the manufacturing industry. It follows a cut of 0.5% in the US. The move caused a jump on Wall Street, which is likely to be mirrored in London today. A British teenager has been accidentally killed while on holiday in South Africa. 14-year-old Cara Weaver from Dorset was caught in a cable car mechanism. She was preparing to abseil down Cape Town's Table Mountain. In Prague last night, tens of thousands rallied in support of a strike by staff at the state-run television station. Czech TV journalists are protesting against a new director general, who they say is politically biased. For those who thought Madonna's tongue was firmly in her cheek when she wore the Britney Spears t-shirt, think again. Maddie really loves the teeny popper. She says she became obsessed with wearing the t-shirts, believing they brought her luck. Here's the sport. Failure to build a stadium in time means the English FA Cup final will be played in a Welsh rugby stadium, possibly for years. Cardiff's Millennium Stadium has won the prize. It's still anyone's guess when the so-called Dome 2 replacement for the Twin Towers will be ready. It may not be trebles all round at Old Trafford this year, so Alex Ferguson seems to be thinking the unthinkable. He's confessed that the treble isn't a foregone conclusion. That's the Big Breakfast News. Now Simon's at house with the weather.